Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at a message of surprise that is meant to find you right now. And to do this reading I will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. And if you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile, this is also an option, and you will find the timestamp for that as well down in the description box. Otherwise, let's take a look at today's card for this reading. And we have Sovereign for pile number 1. We have Activist for pile number 2. And we have Athlete for pile number 3. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, your crystal is the beautiful Amethyst. For pile number 2, your crystal is the beautiful red Jasper. And for pile number 3, your crystal is the beautiful Smokey Quartz. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. As always, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, I would always advise you guys to trust your intuition. It will take you to the readings that you're meant to hear, particularly about a surprise message that is meant to find you right now. You may find yourself drawn to a crystal, but also to another card from another pile. That's all really okay. And maybe you are drawn to just one pile. You know that's the one, that's it. And in this case, this will be your pile. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in the next section of the introduction, you can pick your pile using your zodiac signs. If this is something you're interested in, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. All right, so if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And in a moment after the shuffling, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. All right, let's get straight into it. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the next 4. Okay, so let's see what we have for each pile. Pile number 1. For pile number 1, the signs are Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, as well as Libra. For pile number 2, the signs are Taurus, Pisces, Sagittarius, as well as Scorpio. And for pile number 3, the signs are Virgo, Leo, Aries, as well as Cancer. So these are the signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile using any other placement in your chart, please feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to readings. And please note that in the next section of the introduction, Spirit will be picking your pile for you. If this is something you're interested in, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. All right, if you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that, pick your pile through what Spirit picks for you. And to do that, what I usually do is assign a different tarot card to each pile based on the numerology of the major arcana. And so as you can see, the Magician will be presenting pile number 1, the High Priestess pile number 2, and the Empress pile number 3. And what I simply like to do is shuffle the cards around until one of them grabs my attention. And that's usually through a mistake, just like right now. I was supposed to pull the second card, didn't pull it. And so your chosen pile by Spirit in today's reading, my dear soul family, is pile number 1. I'm just kidding. Pile number 3. Okay, so these were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in today's reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed them and that they brought you the clarity that you need. Once you're ready, you know the drill. You'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your timestamps and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at a message of surprise that is meant to find you right now. And these are the decks that I'll be using to explore your reading. If at any point you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, before we begin, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Amethyst. Your significator card is Sovereign. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, as well as Libra. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it and see what your surprise is. And we'll start off your reading by taking a look at your oracle cards first, and then we'll of course be expanding the reading using your tarot cards. Okay, I guess everything is ready. Let's get straight into it. So you've got the cards, the runaway, with the keywords secrets, running from problems. Okay. Wow, you've got the card challenge. It's one of the superpowers. It's one of the powers, and we'll read. I love the deck, the guidebook for this deck. Also, we'll be reading a little snippet from this deck because the guidebook of this deck is also amazing. So a little bit of here, a little bit of there, and we'll put the message together. Actually, we can fit this card right there, and you'll be able to see it. You've got Lovers. And you've got the card Queen of the Nagas. Wow. Queen of the Nagas. Right. Let's now take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the Five of Wands. I feel like they're supposed to be arguing. They're from two different teams. But they suddenly like each other or something. Or maybe they suddenly agree. You know, this reminds me of, for example, two different political parties, for example, that suddenly like each other. So just an example. So Five of Wands. You've got the Six of Swords. And I suddenly heard it's always been going this way. Because we've got an old plane versus the new one. Six of Swords is the card of movement, one of the meanings. And so I get the idea that it's always been going that way or something. Or maybe it's always been that way. We'll see. So again, you've got the Five of Swords. There is like fighting or something. And then instead of fighting, they love each other. How interesting. Okay, you've got the Moon card. Again, we get two different sides. Throat chakra, maybe arguing. You have the Eight of Wands. And the Seven of Wands. Hockey. Maybe someone listening here is from Canada? Anyways. Let's see what we have. Right. Before I start analyzing, because I kind of have an idea, I've seen a lot of similarities looking at your cards. I want to take a peek into these two particular cards very quickly, and I'm sure they're going to be so interesting. So number 5, you've got Queen of the Nagas. And we'll just read this small part here. It says, a sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connections to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings. Be open only to those most authentic teachings which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleanse your body, mind, heart, and soul. Cleansing your body, mind, heart, and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. Are you mind blown? What? That's what we've been noticing here. It's as if the cards are speaking. We open the guidebook, we look at the cards from different decks, and they're saying the same thing. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so we're definitely seeing the idea of enemies becoming allies unexpectedly. Okay, so let's take a look at the card Challenge. Right, so the waves are what sort of power? The power of what? Resilience, right. So that's one of the powers of resilience and its challenge. So it says, the power of challenge is the fierce energy that propels us from our comfort zones and urges us to stretch, grow, and evolve. Definitely a synchronicity of evolving, and it's a time where there's a cleanse of all sorts. You're guided to cleanse. I think the YouTube rules, we better keep that here. Cleanse your bodies, cleanse your spiritual energy, and so on. The path ahead may feel daunting and unclear, but it also holds the promise of new possibilities and growth as we face difficulties head on. This power draws upon two related concepts: endurance and mindset. Endurance is our ability to move through discomfort and withstand pressure for long periods of time, while mindset about the assumptions and expectations you have for yourself and your life. While mindset is about the assumptions and expectations you have for yourself and your life. By embracing Carol Dweck's notion of a growth mindset, we see setbacks and failures as part of the course of learning rather than a final state of character trait. The power of challenge invites us to view the obstacles ahead not as insurmountable roadblocks, but as opportunities for learning on the road ahead. Okay, very interesting. Do you see that goaler in this Seven of Wands? When do they get to shine? When do they get to prove how vital they are in the game? It's not during most of the game when the other players are, trying to take the ball from each other or try to score a goal. It's literally when the opposite team gets close to the goal, and this is the dreadful moment for this team when the opposite team comes in. It's that moment that everyone holds their breath. It's that moment no one wants to see, but it's that one moment for that goaler to prove who they are. They block this ball, and they're proven to be a hero forever there. They become well known in the team. The team's always looking forward to them. They're cheering for them. Their pay increases. Their name is known. You name it. It is in that moment, that dreadful moment, when the opposite team finally gets hold of the ball, comes close to the goal, and they're about to make a hit. That is when this goaler shines. That's literally the job mostly for the goaler. So similarly, when it comes to your surprise, my dear pile number one, is that I do foresee a challenge or what may seem like a dreadful moment approaching. Perhaps it's not a dreadful moment for you. Maybe it's a dreadful moment for so many others. But it's almost like you were so prepared all of your life for that dreadful moment. Perhaps when that moment comes, everyone's like, oh no, and you're the loudest voice now. You're the one who's able to ward it off. A moment like that is coming from you, and this moment will allow for liberation from something that has been holding you back for the longest time, maybe even all of your life, I'm not sure, but it's finally allowing you to run away from challenges. Also, along this story, or along what the events that are happening, you will see that in that moment, which is your moment to shine, the weirdest thing is going to happen. Remember when the Queen of the Nagas said, you'll notice weird things, enemies becoming allies? And so I do foresee something very powerful here, that although you're the one on the front line, something so interesting is going to happen. You will see that someone else in power, or has a power for something, who was usually against you, fiercely against you, will be your very ally in this situation. Oh my God, where do we begin? Wow, where do we begin with this reading? Six of Swords, yes, of course, you're moving now because of the situation from a time of great chaos, or maybe you were stuck to actual freedom, liberation. But I did hear it always goes that way, or it always went that way, or something along the line. So we'll check that as well. We'll begin your reading, not with the allies, but through expanding this situation, because it may not yet make sense to you. So perhaps you're asking, what have I been preparing for all of my life? Why am I the only one so ready for this while everyone is dreading it? Why is this the challenge that will allow you to stand like a king or a queen, that will allow you to shine? Let's see. Let's get more information about it. What exactly have you been preparing for all of your life? And what is this situation? And two more cards here. All right. So what have you been preparing for? The Hierophant seems like with a lot of information, but looking at the square here, which looks like it's someone from an island or something, I feel like this is informal information. Maybe this is information you got from your ancestors, from your family. Maybe this is information that you've got intuitively, instinctively. Maybe it's something that you didn't learn academically, but maybe this is something you're super interested in, and you naturally found yourself immersing in that knowledge. But definitely knowledge is key here. You have a lot of information, a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge into this, while others could really learn from you. Okay, well, that's the first thing we see. This is already something that people seek knowledge from you for, to get more information for. Right. Doesn't it look like a movie director? Oh, that is a movie director, actually. It doesn't look like it. It is. So, yeah, it's something with the wands. Instinct. So not only do you have a lot of information about it, but it's instinctual. It's like a director. You know it inside out so much that you're able to direct it. Like, you move it in this way. No, you stop, wait until that happens. When I give you the cue, you get in. You're able to guide others. You understand it. It's almost like you can't explain it. You can, don't get me wrong. You're the Hierophant here. You absolutely can articulate it. But there's also a sense in it. So you can articulate it. Others can learn for the most part. But there's something so talented. There's something so instinctual about how you understand it. How can I explain this? Let's say you're so good at art. You were born as a great artist. You become an art teacher, for example, and you explain it so well because you understand it so well. But it's also instinctual. It's almost like you have to draw it to understand what you're doing before you explain it. You know, you get a question and then you find yourself holding your paintbrush in the air and going like this to understand what it is that you did. And then you're like, okay, so when you're drawing your stroke, I want you to be, I'm not an artist, so I'm making this up. I want you to put some pressure here and then let it go lightly. And in that way, you'll get the grade of shades that you're looking for. Again, making this up, pretending like I'm my art teacher, you know? But that's what I am noticing here. You get it. You've been getting a lot of information about it, but also That's what I mean by there's something instinctive here. And the star card. It's like you're connected to your ancestors from the sky, from the stars or something. You're a star seed. What is that? Oh, telescope. It's like, I don't know, maybe you're an astrologer, by the way. You could be an astrologer. It is also saying, look at your chart, just so you know. Look at your chart. It's going to teach you a lot these days. There's something about your chart these days. And you know, this is not the first reading that's been pointing towards your charts, guys. If you've been watching, I'm sure some of you here have had these piles where recently, I think it was 2 or 3 times over the course of the last 3 months that the reading was going, look at your chart. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know why you keep getting that, but it's saying look at your chart. There's a lot of information. So there's a prophecy. Look at your chart. There's a prophecy. Anyways, back to the reading. We were asking, what were you preparing for all of your life? Okay. Do you know how there's a saying of, I remember the saying, because I knew that there was a saying, but now I remembered the saying. So the saying is, shoot for the stars, because if you miss, you'll land on the moon. It's the other way around, but I think, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll go towards the stars. Anyways, I'm trying to say that you strike me as someone who's always been super ambitious. Maybe others were kind of ambitious, the people around you, but their goals, or the average goals in this situation where you are so educated about, is not your standards. Your goals are way up there. It's kind of like, let's say your colleagues, let's say this is your job, for example, and your colleagues are like, my goal is to be the CEO. My goal is to be the product manager. My goal is to be the project manager, right? And you're like, no, my goal is to have a global business that will change the course of how the service is being presented to the world, because I am going to implement these ideas that I have in my mind, and it's going to make this service smooth all over the world. And your colleagues are like, okay, buddy, that sounds cute. Let's get back to business. And you're not kidding. You're not joking. That's not cute to you. I do see that to you, you've had such high goals that seemed maybe irrational to the people around you, funny, extreme, like you're daydreaming sort of thing. But to you, you just knew. You were equipped with so much information to make you know that you can. It's not like a dream. I feel like you have such knowledge. You trust in your capabilities of making this wild dream come true. Plus, you just instinctively know how it works. So you've got that confidence in you to make something work. And so these energies present how you're so ready for that moment. So may I ask, what sort of information have you been consuming here? Let's keep it here. Five of Pentacles. Guards. The King's Guards. The King's Guards, as well as the Five of Pentacles, gives me an idea of inaccessibility. And there's a lot of guardedness towards this information. So how did you get access to it? Wow. Yeah, so I didn't even tell you the point, sorry. I'm seeing that only certain people get to have access to this information. Like here, it would be the king, maybe certain professors, maybe people who know what to look for, like they are a science major and they know about this topic, so they know what to search for. Or maybe it's information that is not available to the public even. I don't know. How you got access, like that's the first thing that is blowing my mind. How you got access to this knowledge beats me, because here it doesn't look like you look like them, right? It feels like you were lacking something, yet you made it. You made it to the information. Okay, next question is, how did you get access to this information? Again, it's so guarded, you see? 9 of Wands, there's wiring. So maybe some of you are hackers, or someone listening is a hacker. If you're a hacker, I'm sure you're laughing. But if you're not a hacker, how did you get it? Do you see? It's always officially guarded. Do you see? It's always officially guarded. How did you get information that is officially guarded? I think the answers are in the cards. I'm just not picking it up because it keeps saying the same thing. I'm perplexed. Yeah, that's why you know so much. How did you get information that is so guarded? I am guessing. It's because you get it on an instinctual level, just like I was explaining. It's almost like you have a soul memory. You have to do it in order to explain it. We were just saying that, right? Instinctual understanding. So maybe the little information that you were able to get, you were able to understand and put it together better than others, especially that you come across to me like you're a starseed here. Maybe you have a past life where your soul memory remembers information or has access to your soul's mind, information from another time when you were in a higher realm or in the stars or something. Something like that. But if you don't believe in that part, at least what I can tell you is you really instinctively get it, and the little information that you get, you're able to put together. You're not learning it by heart. You're implementing. You get it. That's all I can tell you looking at the cards, because otherwise this information is super guarded. Only some people have access to it. That's what I'm seeing. And this is why you probably have so much confidence in yourself. It's like, I know what to do. I'm going to do it. So what is your challenge in that case? We'll see. Was this about the challenge? The moment. Yeah, that was the moment. Yeah, that was the next question. What is that moment here? You've been preparing all your life. So what's about to hit? A lot of people, everyone's in chaos here, except you and that frenemy. Or in that case, it wouldn't be a frenemy because they used to be an enemy. I think they're now going to be your allies. They're not a frenemy, because frenemy implies they were your friends who became enemies or acting like enemies. But really, it's not that. These are enemies, clear enemies that are becoming your friends. But anyways, let's see your moment where you're going to shine, where you've been preparing all your life. Now we have an understanding of what you've been preparing for. You have information, yada, yada, yada. So what's that moment, that challenging moment? Ace of Wands. It's a powerful moment. You see all this red? But to you, it's the moment where you get to show your real power. Yeah, that we know. It's like everyone else is tired or feeling ill in that moment, and your throat chakra is like, "Ow!" You're feeling the strength. It's like it's dangerous to everyone else, but to you, this is when you're speaking up or something. All right, or this is when you're expressing yourself. So oh wow, another ace. You know, aces are raw power. It's like your soul power arises, your sovereignty. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. Wow, this is real. I mean, I'm sure I know it's real. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's a serious thing. Okay, you've got the Hermit. See? It's like everyone's moving in one direction. You alone have the wisdom to navigate it. Yeah. Perhaps it's always been this way means that you've gone through this in another lifetime. You have a soul memory of it, and you just know what to do when everyone else is pushed in one direction or moving in one direction or something. You're like, no, 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 no. I know how this goes in that direction. I'm going to take the other direction or something. And you've got, wow, what a ride. It's the Sun card. So to you, you're like, I've got power in this moment. Everyone's like afraid moving in one direction. You're not afraid. You're like, this, I have power for this. I know how to face this. And I understand that just like a ride, it's going to feel scary, but it's a lot of fun. I can't wait for it, is what I'm hearing you say. So back to the cards. What is this moment? What's going on here? A wild ride. I mean, I'm so grateful. The cards are definitely, they keep saying the same thing. I just wanted to use these cards to expand on this moment because it keeps saying it's that moment. That's when you will show your power. You will love it. You know, you're not going to be moving in the same direction, although you're in the same boat. So what is this moment? Maybe you understand. Wait. Maybe these are going to help us, right? So you've got the Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So there's an announcement. I didn't open all the cards. So there's a huge announcement coming up. This announcement is going to change the course of so many things, dare I say everything. So much so that, you know, everyone's luck is changing. Everyone is standing there witnessing how this decision is going to play out in their lives, in each one's lives. Some people who are up are going to go down. Some people who are down are going to go up. Some people are going to stay in the same place. Some people, it's going to get a little better. Some are going to get a little worse. But for the most part, it's a drastic change, this announcement. I think since the Sovereign is your significator card, it does seem like it is an announcement that is coming from a higher power in your life. That could be the government, your government. It could be your manager, your company, anything like that. Maybe you're a student, it's your parents in that case. But it's a big announcement. With this announcement, few will be cheering, but most will feel like it's the end of something. Right. Why are you so prepared for this moment then with this huge announcement? It's that moment everyone's holding their breath. Everyone's like, oh, did you hear this announcement? And you're like, that's my moment. That's my moment. I'm not scared of this announcement because once this announcement is on, it will feel like the ride is going woo down. And as you're going down, you're like, I'm not afraid of this. I've gone through this ride before. I kind of feel it. I kind of understand it. Maybe the world gave you the common sense of it throughout your life. And you're like, I know this energy. It's going, or I know this feeling. It's going to feel like it's dangerous, but it's not. It's going to be a lot of fun. So as everyone is panicking, going into the direction they think they should take in order to save themselves, you're like, no, I'm not going to go in this direction. I am going to speak up. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to say no, maybe, or I'm going to, what are you going to do with this power? What are you going to do? You keep getting, you being the one unique person in the crowd with all of this chaos. Do you see? It's crazy. So you're going against the grain. That's clear. And it's crazy how your cards keep saying the same thing. It always blows my mind. It'll never cease to blow my mind, honestly. But you're going against the grain. Why? Because you're so educated in this matter. And you just know how things work intuitively. Also, you how can I explain this? You come across to me as an elevated soul, someone who may have had a life outside of the planet before, from an elevated realm, elevated world. You know, something like that. It's as if you're acting like you're like everyone, but really, or maybe you're acting that you don't have, that you're not that special, so that you're taken as weak. You what does it say? Cross the radar or pass the radar or something. Anyways, long story short, what I am seeing is that you just intuitively know what to do, right? So it's almost like this announcement is coming and you're like, oh, I know what this is about. Something like that. Oh, yeah. I know what they're going to do. So, like, for example, let's say your CEO says there's an announcement. The announcement is, if you stay in place, you're not going to get the raise. But if you move to this other project, you will get a 15% increase in your salary. Everyone's like, yeah, we're not going to stay in place. We're going to go towards the 15% raise in salary in the other project. And you're like, that's a trap. No. I'm staying in place. And your manager's like, are you crazy? You're not going to have your salary increased. And you're like, that's fine. I want to stay here. Because you understand something fundamentally that other people do not get at this moment, which is something, for example, along the lines of, if I get a 15% increase in my salary, I'm going to be in the next tax bracket. And this overall means that my final income is going to be much lower than the income that I am currently getting. And so I'm staying in place, and I'm going to stay in this project. As everyone goes into the other project, you have that power in this project. You're the one who's handling this project, and that gives you a lot of advantages. So that's, of course, a very simple way to put it. But really, it's much bigger than that, because this is a moment where you're warding off something, and you have an enemy, who's becoming an ally. Yeah, so very soon with this announcement, you're going to go, that's going to be a good ride. When everyone has their heart sinking in their feet, you're like, that's going to be a good ride. I know about this or something. You're the one who's not panicking, right? And you, on the contrary, you feel like you have power in this situation. So, and I heard in the nick of time or something. So you get an ally. Who's this ally? Queen of Cups. Justice card. And both of you are wearing crowns. Or we said, who is this person? This person is wearing a crown. This person has power, like I told you. This person has power. This person has some form of legal power. They have some form of legal power. And although this is a person from the other team, and we'll see what this other team means in just a moment, they have sunk their feet into your world before. They have a taste of your world. And thus, they're going to have empathy for you, you being the only one standing there. There's something about them with the cups. How can I explain this? Empathizing with you, putting themselves in your shoes. They're putting themselves in your shoes. Queens suggest they're going to feel for you. Sorry, cups suggest they're going to feel for you. So it's someone in power who has some legalities, who will feel for you. Maybe they were once in your place. Yes, they were once in your place. They put themselves in your shoes, and they're going to be using their legal authority or legal power to stand by you in this fight. Why? They admire, with the Queen of Cups, your standing. How does this person in power know about you in particular? How funny. So the devil, you know what this reminds me of? If this is your company, for example, you know how the companies would go, we're like family. Look, hey, I'm laughing. There are some companies where people genuinely care about each other. They exist, right? But for the most part, it's like family. We're family, you know? So maybe they know you because if it's your company, then it's because they're pretending that you're all one big family. If this is your actual family, whoa, then if it's your actual family, they're not your enemies then, are they? And you've got the Lover's card. It's like there's someone who has been showing you that they haven't been paying attention to you at all, but in reality, they really admire you. So we have that. It's someone in your life who's has been pretending that they can't see you, but oh, they can see you. Yeah, they can see you. Maybe this is a person who has had some sort of devil intentions towards you. That means they wanted to control you, or they were jealous of you, or yeah, control you or jealous of you or lying to you. That's why they were your enemies. One of these. Lying to you, jealous of you, trying to have control over you. Yeah, that's as much as I can find out about this person, my dear pile number 1. Yeah, they're in power, but suddenly they find themselves in your shoes. Why? Like, why the sudden change of heart? Why? 3 of Wands. You have potential. For one reason or the other, that potential strikes this person in power. I have no idea. I'm reading your cards. I'm going to trust that you're, getting the correct energy. These are your cards. So, yes, for some weird reason, this person in power just feels for you in this moment. As you stand in your power, they're like, this person has potential. This person has potential. No, this person has potential. And the weird thing is, because you have potential, they help you. So, for example, if this is someone who has wanted to have control over everyone, but you stand your ground, then maybe if we go back to the example of the CEO goes, oh, hold up. Someone who stands like that is a real leader. I need a person like that in this branch, in this region, in this country, or in this office. I need that archetype. And so they change their perspective about you from dealing with you like everyone else to you standing out, and they look at you in a different light. Ah, I love this person. They are the manager I'm looking for, or they are the person who will be able to sell this product or service to the market. Yeah, something like that. And it doesn't, of course, have to be a CEO. These are just examples. And sometimes you guys complain because I come up with business examples. They just come up easily like that for me. But I'll just give you another example so you can see how this energy is. But if I just waste your reading time trying to find different examples, some of you already hate the examples. That's why one example is not to be taken literally, but simply to translate the energy so that you know how it could be playing out in your life. But just to satisfy that itch, let me give you another example here. If, let's say, this is a family member who was jealous of you, right? Trying to control you, felt super jealous of you, and an announcement happens, or maybe they make an announcement, oh, we're not going to be doing this anymore because that's been bringing a lot of trouble for us. And you're like, no, I'm not going to be doing that because I am building something way more important, and this is going to be ruining what I'm building here because I'm going to be an athlete, or I am going to open up my business, or I'm about to get married, this, that, or the other, and thus I cannot be implementing what you guys want me to do here. And so suddenly this person has heart eyes. You're going to what? Be an athlete? You're going to be married to this person? You're going to open up your business? And they have a change of heart. They're now wanting to help you full throttle in this situation. Maybe they feel like later on they'll benefit from it. Maybe by you achieving all this, it'll help them with their reputation. They can say, oh, pile number one is my family member, anything like that. So yeah, these are just two different examples to show you what I mean when looking at your cards. This is the surprise that is meant to find you right now. You will find yourself at a point where all of the things that you've learned about, that you're so good at, is going to play out so well for you in your life right now. It's a moment where everyone's holding their breath, but you're like, I've gone through this before. I know how to deal with it. And because you stand your ground and you're not afraid of it, you genuinely aren't. You're going against the grain. You catch someone in power, their attention, and they're going to use their power or legalities to stand by you and support you because they will see that you have great potential. This person will turn from an enemy to someone who absolutely admires you, to see how you are standing with that sort of great strength in the face of challenge when so much is changing due to an announcement. And your life, it's about to change. my dear pile number 1. And you are about to be completely free from the current problems that you are in. And this was your reading, my dear pile number 1. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at a message of surprise that is meant to find you right now. Whoa, 3 cards. And these are the decks that I'll be using to explore your reading. As always, if you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys in the description box. But very quickly, let me introduce, your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful red Jasper. Your significator card is the Activist card. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Pisces, Sagittarius, as well as Scorpio. Wow, we've got a lot of cards. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Even your tarot cards are out. How crazy is that? Okay, so let's start off your reading using your oracle cards first. See what sort of energies are at play. We're going to be reading a snippet of the guidebook for this card as well as one of these. All right, so you've got Ein Sof Or. Okay. And can I fit this here? Yeah. You've got the card. Whoa, look at that. Gift. Okay, love that for you. Okay. You've got the guide. It's interesting that you get the bell. Pile number 1 had the idea of an announcement. And I'm seeing with the bell, it could be close. It could be an announcement or a calling. Someone calls to meet you or something. We'll see. So the guide and the keywords are inheritance as well as correction. And it's as if one move is the key to opening up many doors that were blocked, that you couldn't pass through. One thing that happens allows you to open up many doors. You've got compassion. You've got inviting. And you've got celebration. Wow. Okay. This could be, with the bell and the celebration, a wedding, especially that you've got inviting here. Maybe you're going to a wedding or maybe you're getting married. There's a big event here for sure. Inviting, celebration, compassion, people feeling like happy for the person that's announcing something. They could be announcing a birth. They could be announcing marriage and engagement. I don't know, but I do see something along these lines. We'll see. And let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the 8 of Wands. Both of you have pile 1 and pile 2. The 8 of Wands. You've got some energies that are similar, some. You've got the 10 of Wands, but really different in essence. 10 of Wands. You've got, wow, King of Pentacles. It's like you're going to have such a strong power. It could be financial power that will carry you through everything. Okay, King of Pentacles. The Lover's card. For some of you, by the way, it looks like it's new love. And it looks like you're going to be marrying someone with a lot of power and finances. Very rich person. It's there, right? It's there for someone. You've got the Eight of Cups. And look at this particular Eight of Cups is roaming alone, and they can see couples everywhere. But they're alone, not knowing that they're wearing good luck, that they have good luck. Again, wow, you've got the Ten of Cups. Wow. Right, let's keep this mysterious for now. And before we begin your reading, let's take a look at the Ein Sof Or. I'm very curious. I love the guidebook for this deck, and I love the guidebook for this deck as well. Let's see, 22. There we go. Yeah. So it says, a way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success and admiration. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. How interesting. Okay. So you are being, in fact, led to a path of abundance. Your surprise. What is going to surprise you? Do you see the difference between these two cards? One is light, the umbrellas, light, traveling light. Here, this figure has heaviness. What is your surprise? You know why I'm startled? Like, I'm lost for words when I look at your pile? Is because different cards are taking me in different directions. Is this a wedding in love? Is this finances? Is this you speaking up and freeing yourself from something? I am lost. I think I'm just going to step back a little bit, look at the cards, and I'm sure it's going to click. I see you suddenly breaking free from something up next in your life. Suddenly, Eight of Wands, suddenly being free. It's as if we give an example to these cards, it's as if someone is working so hard and suddenly their story changes. For example, they may find the love of their lives, and in a month time, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, they're so in love, they decide to get married, and it's as if this marriage is a ceremony to this new free life, because this person is so wealthy and does not want to see you suffer anymore. And so they tell you something along the lines of, you know, you don't need to suffer like this. And maybe I can help invest in a project that you would love. Or maybe you don't want to work at all. You don't have to. This is really all up to you. There is financial stability. So that's one way, as an example, to interpret your cards. But similarly, it doesn't have to be through love, although it's there. That story, that example that I just gave, especially with the bell and the celebration, inviting people, it's like the ceremony for your freedom, as the reading is showing, is there. It's actually there. But without taking the cards literally, I would say that very soon I see you breaking free. Totally breaking free from something that tied you down, something that was heavy. But it's interesting how the cards are depicting this. Because this figure has flowers. So it's like it was heavy, but you liked it? What? Okay, let's expand on this energy. What does this particular Ten of Wands mean? What is it trying to say? You were doing something that you loved maybe, but it was heavy. But would you have then this energy of trying to break free? I definitely need an expansion here. Ten of Wands. What's going on with the Ten of Wands here, please? Oh, interesting. Four of Cups. Okay. Okay. Five of Cups. The flowers again. And the Three of Wands. I see long braided hair. Here it's being kept up for protection. So maybe the weather is changing. Okay. Oh, okay. So I see something along the lines of you're doing something. It's not the something that you necessarily dislike that's been heavy. It's the weather around it. It's how you're drowning in it. So, for example, if this is your job, then in that case, it's not the job itself that's laying heavy on you. It's the circumstances around it. It's the toxicity, the environment may not be so good. If these are your children, it could mean you adore your children. You love your mother as a parent. But it could be the circumstances that are making it harder. Like, for example, maybe your partner or in-laws, or maybe ex-partner or in-laws, or the neighborhood you're living in or something that's making it heavy. And this is what I mean by it's not the thing itself. You would carry it through and through, I would see, with this Ten of Wands. But it's the environment that has been terrible. So you're breaking free from something that's been laying heavy on you. At least the way in which this thing was working was laying heavy on you. You're breaking free from it. So are you breaking free? And yes, I do see you leaving it or moving with the ship here. It's the card of movement, Three of Wands. You're moving. It doesn't mean you're abandoning it. Look, you're taking the important things with you and letting go of other things because you know it'll grow back with the power that you have. Meaning that, yes, I do see you moving away from the environment. You're breaking free from it. You're speaking out and you're going goodbye very soon. Why? Because the very thing that you're carrying or doing wasn't the problem. It was the environment. So how is that happening? How are you suddenly breaking free? It looks like the surprise doesn't begin here. The surprise begins where you are going along your path alone and suddenly you meet up with someone who you will love and they will love you back. It doesn't have to be romantic love. If a romantic love does not resonate with you, this is your pile 2. Would I say for a lot of you this is romantic love? I would say that, yes. For a lot of you this is romantic love, but it doesn't have to be. This could be a business partner. This could be a friend, you know? But I do foresee that you will be meeting someone, and that's the real first surprise here. This person will be so dear to you. They will make you the happiest with the 10 of Cups. Why? Because with the birds, you're speaking the same language. You sound good to each other. You love what you're saying to each other. There's the mic here. There's a lot of talking going on. You love speaking to each other. You are waiting for your right match. Do you see how they're matching? They're matching, they're matching, they're matching. And you're like, no, I need my match. Again, I won't say this disclaimer one more time, but does not have to be romantic, right? Maybe you're waiting for a good friend or a business partner or something. Or in general, you are that person who likes to connect when the connection is real, right? So this is the first surprise that I see. This person that you're meeting, that you will love to speak with, particularly, will be very well off. Gift. They are very well off. And they're going to be the surprises here. Second surprise. It's like a sequence of surprises here. It's like you couldn't see any of this coming, but it's a chain of events, I see. This person will be presenting you with a very valuable present, gift, surprise, that will allow you to break free from the heaviness of this environment. You're breaking free. This gift will also allow you to speak up about what you don't like. So what is this gift? How about we use this card for this gift? Maybe it was there all along for the gift itself, because that's the turning point here that changes everything. So what is the gift that they are presenting to you? I just saw a movie in my mind, which is a proposal. For some of you, this is not particularly a gift, but a proposal, right? But other than that, what is this presenting? King of Pentacles again. Isn't it crazy? I kept the two versions of the King of Pentacles in this deck. So they're gifting you from what they have a lot of. So whatever material aspect this is, that could be a person with a lot of money, or maybe this is a person with a big empire and they're giving you part of it, maybe money, you know, anything like that. But I would think for most of you, this is talking about money with the pentacles here, especially that we have money being drawn, a pentacle coin. But when I said real estate, I could be right, actually, because look, there's real estate on this person's head. So they're definitely giving you something valuable. Maybe they're giving you a luxurious home, a house, money. It's a big gift for sure. It is so powerful, this gift that they are going to be giving to you, that you will have the power to speak up and go, you know what? I'm not going to allow this to happen anymore, because that's not fair. It's like no one can twist your arm anymore because you feel like you're doing well financially. So whatever that's been holding you back, maybe finances were holding you back from speaking up. Now you're supported. So you're like, no, I don't allow this to happen, because I love what I do, or I love the help here, I love taking care of my children, I love my work, whatever this is representing for you, but I will not allow for this to happen. When the other person goes, oh, we're not going to be sending your children any more money, or we're not going to be increasing your we're going to be taking off from your salary, or we're going to be doing this, you're like, that's not going to twist my arm. I'm going to stand for the right thing regardless. Now you have the voice, the power to voice your thoughts, because your arms aren't twisted anymore. Whereas before, you would have wished to speak up, but maybe you're worried about your children, or maybe worried about making ends meet, right? So you're not worried about that anymore with this gift that this person is giving you. They're not giving you just a little bit. King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. What are they giving you? King of Pentacles. It's almost like they are sharing their wealth with you. It's the same thing, splitting. Or you two are a king in this empire, in this wealth. It almost makes me feel like it could have been a queen, right? But it almost makes me feel like this person is like, you and me, we're the same. What I have is what you have. It's yours too now. Something like that. Something like that. But wow. Amazing. The connection between the two of you is going to be out of this world. There's an unbreakable bond. You see how both of them are holding each other's hands? Always. And this person is always wearing a hat, signifying their wisdom, their intelligence, their mindfulness, their respect. So yeah, the connection is like maybe you were both looking for each other. And I see a beautiful bond coming up between you and someone, a real beautiful human connection between you and someone. And because there's a lot of love and a lot of trust that's coming up between the two of you, there's this notion of what's mine is yours too. And so I see a great celebration coming up for your union, whether this is a romantic connection or an actual wedding. I do see an announcement. I see an invitation. So whether this is like a business partnership, for example, or a wedding, I do foresee you inviting people to your new business or inviting people to your wedding. Compassion talks about how this, one of the beautiful thing between the two of you is great compassion. It's one of the powers of this connection. In fact, this is a deck talking all about power, and it's going to be explaining the power of compassion if we open the guidebook to read this particular card. So this is literally the power of compassion. The beautiful thing in this connection is there is a lot of compassion between the two of you. It's not about arguing. It's not about what's my right, what's your right, that's not fair. It's a relationship that where both of you genuinely care about each other. When you're thinking about what to do, you're thinking about how you're going to feel in this situation, and you're equally thinking about how they're going to feel in this situation. And of course, the same with the other person. So there's a lot of compassion, which makes it an elevated connection, and a very happy one, a very loving one, a connection full of trust, obviously. So back to what's going on, I do foresee a big celebration commemorating this partnership in whatever type it is. To you, this partnership will be ushering in a new era of freedom for you. Yes, love, yes, financial stability, but mainly freedom, ushering in a new era of freedom. where you get to be empowered and speak up. And yes, I do foresee a huge celebration coming up for you soon. Why is there such a highlight on this celebration? For pile number 2, it's a new chapter in your life with the Ace of Wands, a very exciting one at it with the Ace of Wands. It's a new birth, it's a new world, it's a new chapter in your life. Okay, because it commemorates a new chapter. Okay. Wow, how are you going to meet this person? Oh, thanks. Queen of Wands. Wow, Knight of Wands. And there goes the lovebirds. Two of Swords. So Two of Swords suggests you don't see them, or at least one of you doesn't see the other. One of you can't stop looking at the other. Queen of Wands is what? Attractive, charismatic, magnetic. Ah, dream come true. So one of you does not see the other at all, like Two of Swords, complete blindness. You may not even be aware that this person is there, or they may not be aware that you're there. But the other person, the other person is like, wow, who is that person? And the lengths that they're gonna take to pursue you, Knight of Wands, that's the card of pursuance, to pursue you and be together. They're going to go through great lengths. They're going to cross borders, maybe even sometimes. They might even be going through some borderline dangerous things. And it doesn't have to be that dramatic. I mean, dangerous doesn't mean like life or death kind of dangerous. But it could be they're risking something for sure here to get to you. So what will this person be risking? And they're risking because it seems they really like you. I heard you're worth it in my mind's ear. You're worth it. Or maybe this was you. They're worth it. So I'm assuming that they will be pursuing you to make it easier in the reading. But if it's the other way around, then take it the other way around. So what risk will this person be actually taking to get to you? Six of Wands. You know, the hummingbird, it knows where its nectar is at. So I think this person knows where you are, knows how to get to you, knows how to contact you, and they're going. There's something here about going because they know they're going to win. They're with the Six of Wands. Why are they so sure they're going to win with the Six of Wands? Or is this trying to say they feel like there is no other way because that's what they want and their only option in their mind is to win? I think that's what it means. Yeah, I think that's what it means. Their only option is to see, nothing stands in the way of the Knight of Wands to get their desires. And I think this is the sort of energy they're in. They're like, that's what I want. That's what I'm going for. And I think they know where you are. Is that the risk? Maybe they shouldn't be where they're going, you know? So maybe they're going to your office, or maybe they're going to where you live or your area, or maybe they have your phone number. They shouldn't just call you, but they are going to. Something like that. Yeah. So how are you going to feel about that? Having someone show up like that? Page of Swords, this particular one, shows me a lot of things. Do you see how this Page of Swords has their hands on their heart? And we can see like sort of a dream coming true with the dandelion here. So what am I seeing? The way you're gonna see this is a mixture of, I don't want to say childish. No, not childish. How can I explain this? So this person is wearing a sort of professional attire. It's not professional, right? But it's what you wear when you're graduating. So formal, let's say formal, it's not going to be done in an offensive way, but it's still not a professional move with the page. It's still, you know, excuse me. You know how when we usually don't accept people to do certain things, but when a child does it, our heart warms up and we're like, oh, you're so cute. Yeah, sure, you can have that or something. In a similar way, what they're about to do is not what people would usually do. You would otherwise be startled, but there's something charming about them. The same kind of charm you would feel with a child doing something that you wouldn't otherwise accept from others. And the reason you will find it charming, because with the official clothing here, you will notice that they're not doing anything garish. They will come across as educated, or they will come across as respectful, I would say. But it's still something that seems like it's on the spur of the moment with the page. And I think you're gonna see how sincere they are. And there's something about, oh yeah, you will see that they're wishing for something. I think you're gonna pick up on the idea that they wouldn't otherwise do this. There's the book they're giving you. See the book, a new chapter with them. So again, you realize that this is not their typical behavior. You can see from their demeanor that they are educated / respectful / you know, I don't know how to say it, but they don't usually behave like that. You can see that they are being sincere. That's why they are approaching you in this borderline risky way. And you will be able to see that they're wishing for something here with the dandelion. Maybe they're expressing it to you. If this is love, for example, then they would say, hey, I really like you. I would love to date you. I don't have any malicious intent. If you would go out with me, I would be so grateful, happy. Something like that is kind of what I'm picking up on. Yeah, and it's like they're going for it. There's a lot of courage here. Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, especially how this is being depicted. A lot of courage. And you will recognize how much courage this is taking, but also how this person is full of respect as well. That's what I'm seeing. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what I'm seeing here. Yeah. So this is how you are meeting this person, my dear pile number 2. Wow. And why are we did I ask why are we getting the wedding? Yes, because it's a new chapter in your life. Yeah. Perhaps I want to ask not why the wedding, but when, because it just gives me an impression that it's so quick, you know, just seeing the wedding and you're like just meeting this person. Perhaps this is where I'm a bit confused. So, thanks. This keeps happening. Where was I? When? Like not in terms of month, but like early in the somewhere or maybe later. We'll see. So 7 of Wands, it says love. So they're breaking all boundaries right off the bat. They're like, not in a narcissistic way, I would say, looking at your cards, but it's kind of like they're removing the boundaries. They're like, hey, let's get to know each other. Hey, let's get to talk. They're removing the challenges that are standing in the way between the two of you. 7 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Wow. Perhaps this person doesn't live where you are. I could be wrong. But with the globe here, maybe they come from a different place. A Page of Pentacles. So, is it early on? I would say yes, it is in fact early on with the Page of Pentacles. Why is it early on? Because with the 2 of Wands, it's a card of seeing. It's a card of seeing everything. It's a card of looking at everything from an overall perspective. They may not, in the beginning, as you guys are getting married or getting into this partnership, business partnership, maybe it's not enough time to know the details of the details of the details about you. But I think both of you here with the globe can kind of see an overall picture of what you are all about. Maybe you won't know everything, like your favorite chocolate, their favorite activity per se, but you will be able to see and see so well, because 2 of Swords is not being able to see at all, right? 2 of Wands, however, is seeing well, so much so that it could even be sometimes regarded as looking at something psychically. But yeah, you're able to see everything, the whole thing, from where you are. Perhaps from your conversations together, from your trust, your energy together. Yeah, and there are a lot of relationships where the 2 people right off the bat, they know. And you ask them, how did you know? And they tell you, we know. We knew right away that this is the one. This is the right relationship. We just know it. And it's kind of something like that. It's kind of that energy, whether it is partnership or love. Yes, I do see that early on you will be in a committed relationship or partnership together. Because the usual things that would be challenging, standing in people's way, are going to be removed from the very beginning. They're not even going to be there, as it may be for a lot of people throughout the relationship. I see you, or this person particularly, maybe removing these obstacles, removing the obstacles to trust, removing the obstacles of intimacy or space, like getting to really have the freedom to explore each other's lives openly and freely, trust, things like that. Yeah, removing the obstacles. Maybe there's an obstacle of even places with the globe. Didn't I see in the beginning something around you moving? Didn't I see that? Yes, you might even be moving. There's something about long hair. I keep seeing your hair. They see you when your hair is shorter, but you will be together when your hair is longer. They see you when your hair is shorter, but you are together when your hair is longer. In fact, this is when you're leaving, moving, so dropping something. 5 of Cups. Yeah, that's what I see. So it looks like you'll be meeting this person, it seems, when your hair is longer. And it doesn't have to be so long, it's just longer. Yeah, long hair, longer. Yeah. And I just want to say, where was I with the before the hair is longer? The seeing, the card of seeing. Yeah. So because you can see each other so well, have access to each other, there's going to be a lot of trust and a new white beginning. That might even be a white dress, but anyways, a new beginning, super clear, transparent, or like clear, with good intentions, removing the obstacles, and maybe even moving with the globe here. You or them, someone here is moving. And yeah, congratulations. Something big is happening. And I do foresee that in this year, you'll be inviting a lot of people to a new big event in your life that will commemorate the beginning of freedom. Yes, the beginning of a great partnership, great love between you and someone, but also commemoration of freedom. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at a message of surprise that is meant to find you right now. And these are the decks that I'll be using to explore your reading. If at any point you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys in the description box. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Smokey Quartz. Your significator card is the Athlete card. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Virgo, Leo, Aries, as well as Cancer. Welcome to your reading. If these are not, I really feel this one. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We'll take a look at your oracle cards first, and then we'll be expanding using your tarot cards so that we get a complete picture of what this surprise message, this message of surprise is. So you've got the card values. Okay. We can fit one more card here. You've got the card pathway. It's a beautiful card. Okay. You've got the card Dvara Patra, which is a card we're going to read. But whoa, look at the light here. Magnificent. And look, this is a lighthouse. Very cool. And you can see the light here as well. And you've got the wise one pointing towards the light. The wise one, with the keywords tradition as well as order. Okay, so let's take a look at your tarot cards. Wow, there's something about that's pointing upwards. What's going on? Anyways, right off the bat, you've got the star card. Okay. I heard you're a star. You've got the Lover's card. A lot of major arcana right off the bat. Okay. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. And I do see you on a path. Okay. New path, Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Wow. Four of Cups. Maybe there's a lot at stake or something. Okay. 10 of Wands. Yeah, let's stop there. It's like, look up. You know, there was another pile. I think it was pile number 1, where they had the Queen of Wands pointing towards the stars. So it's crazy today. I don't know what's going on. The reading is pointing towards the stars. You know what? Let's start off with the values card. I'm sure it's going to be talking about the power of values. But you know, this guidebook is so good. Sometimes it shows a perspective we're not seeing. And it's always good to have, like, it could be one small perspective that really changes everything. So let's see. Life can feel like an endless number of decisions, from daily choices, bike, walk, or taxi, to story-altering ones. What do you want to do with your life? Values are neither an exact map nor well-defined borders, but instead are a lighthouse that provides direction to guide our behavior and actions. When people are cued with different values, their behavior changes. In one research study, participants primed with achievement values were more successful at completing challenges, but less helpful or altruistic towards others. On the other hand, when primed with a value of benevolence, participants showed the opposite. They completed fewer tasks but were more helpful. Misalignment with values can lead to inner conflict, dissatisfaction, or a lack of personal integrity. But values aren't just individual, they're collective, shaped by our family, community, and culture. This power invites you to get clear on what's most important to you and the impact you want to have on others and the world. How is this read in a surprise reading? Oh, there's another card. Perhaps it'll piece it together, at least the mysterious part, before we're able to put everything together. So let's see what this card is showing us. Dvara Patra. Okay, another element in your reading. Card number 38. We'll just read the small part. The divination. So out of confusion, a clear and progressive pathway. Are you kidding me? Pathway. Okay. Out of confusion, a clear and progressive pathway is opening up for you. It is an auspicious time to give generously of yourself to others. I am mind blown. Wow. Enriching the quality of your connections, expressing spiritual blessings of goodwill and encouragement from your heart. A powerful blessing is entering your world. A prayer is now being answered, the star card, in a beautiful way. Spirit gives freely and generously of all good things, and the task of humanity is to learn how to receive. The key to receiving is an open, surrendered, generous, and trusting heart. Wow, I really love this for you. So, if I were to look at your cards, now it's coming together. A new pathway that you would have never thought could happen is opening up for you. Seven of Cups is the card of having wild dreams, building castles in the sky. It's actually materializing with the Ace of Pentacles. I do foresee that you were for the longest time completely blocked. And not just blocked, you were super blocked, but also you had a lot of responsibilities or things that you were carrying, not to mention that you didn't have the full power to go through. So with this particular athlete card, we do see how someone was able to overcome their limitations. They stopped feeling sorry for themselves and they decided to have fun, empower themselves, and practice and live life like nothing was missing. And they're living the life. So from that sense, I do see something along the lines of how you were burdened with so many responsibilities. Your path was blocked, at least when it came to this huge wish. And despite the fact that you couldn't have this wish that you really love, obviously, and you felt that something was missing, that's why you couldn't get this wish. So maybe this is like missing finances or missing credentials. It could be your health. It could be really anything integral for this wish. You're like, nah, all I can do is just look up towards this wish because I can never have access to it. Not only are things super difficult with the Ten of Wands, but there is something that I'm missing here, integral. And I do see that you've accepted that this was blocked, but the one thing you didn't do was to, live unhappy because of that missing element. You decided that you were going to do your best in this particular situation. So what integral thing were you missing for this wish? Ace of Swords. One more. Page of Wands. I kind of feel, my dear pile number 3, I have a surprise for you. It seems like what was missing may have been a thing in your mind. May just have been a thing in your mind. I don't think, for the most part, it was real. Maybe your experience of it was real, for sure. Maybe your experience of it was real. But when I asked what was missing, it just shows the mind with the Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, I paused because something so funny happened last week with my niece. So my niece would sometimes sit and play as I'm doing the readings, and I didn't realize how much she was picking up by playing as I was doing your readings. I never thought she's like super little and I never thought she was picking up. So last week she's like, Reem, I want to do a reading like you. And I said, yeah, go ahead, put on the mic, do this, give me the cards, and I'm going to do the reading. I'm like, let's go. So I just explained to her, we look at the cards and we find out what story is in the cards. So long story short, she kind of got it, and she's like, there's a girl and she went there, and I was like, super, that's great. So she started I started recording her reading, and she was like so little, so she would take her hands all the way up to the camera. So you have the Ace of Swords. You have this. And anyways, the part that startled me was that she started like putting the story together, and then she said, swords, and the swords are the mind. And I was mind blown. I was like, what? Say that again. And she's like, the swords are the mind. And I'm like, great job. Oh my God, to think that a child, like she wasn't even most of the time paying, at least I thought, that much attention. And she picked it up. I'm like mind blown. Maybe at some point I can like shoot something so small that she's doing and showing it to you guys. That would be so much fun. She would enjoy that very much, but I have to take permissions first before I do anything like that. But anyways, sorry, this is why I was so lost, because I saw the sword and I instantly heard my niece. The swords are the mind. So cute. So I'm just trying to say here, I did veer, of course, sorry, but I had to share. I want to say that's really in your mind here. The limitations that you think you have are not real. That's what the cards are showing. They are all in your mind. And you can also use your mind to remove this very limitation, and it won't be there. It's like a limiting belief that you have. My dear pile number 3, you do not have any limitations. It's a limiting belief. Okay, so despite you seeing yourself in a specific way or seeing your limitations in a specific way, you did the best that you could in your life nonetheless. You're like, okay, I won't have access to this wish, it seems, so I'm going to do the best in my life nonetheless. I love this part about you. Despite the fact that there is a limiting belief here, you also appear as very strong-minded. And you did the best out of what you have without this dream. But the surprise here, my dear pile number 3, is that this dream is about to begin for you. The path is there. You're going to begin venturing onto this path. 7 of Cups shows that you're going to be on a path that is wild. You can only imagine it in your mind. You never thought that it would actually come true. I foresee you going on that path, and here is exactly what you thought you were missing, and you'll realize you never were missing anything. And with every step you take on this path, there's huge transformation. Transformation in how you see yourself, transformation in your world, transformation in how you experience the world. With every step that you take, you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, oh my God. Again, 4 of Cups, by the way, is a card of surprise. With every step that you take, you are flabbergasted. You are in awe. Is this really happening? Is this really happening? I can't believe it. And also the 4s are stability, talking about stability because of all the cups here. What did I say? What did I channel when I looked at the cups? I can't remember, but anyways, perhaps it'll come to me. I see stability now. So something that was wild in your wildest imagination, with the 4s, it becomes stable, it becomes solid. So a new path of your dream. And when I look at the lovers here kissing, I'm thinking, this is such a passionate kiss. They're so in it. They must have immersed in it in their minds before, or at least one of them, before they got, because they're so, it feels like the first kiss almost. So from that sense, I feel like you've been looking at it for so long. To actually experience it, it's going to feel like the world stops. It's going to feel magical. How can I relay what I'm seeing here? Yeah, the best way to explain it is you're going to feel like the whole world stops because you're enjoying something for the first time that you never thought you can have access to. And it's almost like this hand is gesturing. Go. You know, like when the cars are racing and then go, and the cars go. So there is something around a signal, signaling how it's starting for you now, this story. So what is this dream? Let's explore this dream. What is this dream that you have? And we still didn't even touch base with the values and helping others, because that's definitely there. But we'll get to it. Let's take a look at the dreams first. 2 of Swords. What, I'm not supposed to talk about it? Oh, blocked. Okay, so the first clue regarding your dream is around something that you thought was blocked, completely blocked. It's a dream that you may have even given up hope on. I see a complete block. It's like you can only experience it when you close your eyes. But when you open your eyes, you know it's not real. You know it's not going to happen. That's the sort of energy I'm picking up on. You're like, you can sometimes phase out and think about it, but then when you're back into the real world from your perspective, you're like, yeah, that's not for me. So that's the first clue regarding your dream. Something that you think it's all in the mind, remember? You think it's all blocked. Two of Cups. Two. So with all the twos here, perhaps this is love for some of you. The Two of Cups is the card of love in tarot. Maybe it's love, maybe it's intimate connections of some form, connections with others. Maybe self-love. They kind of look the same. Or some form of self-improvement. Okay, these are the things that I see so far. Queen of Cups. Oh my God, do you drown in your dreams when you think about it? You get a huge emotional reaction when you think about it. I see this person drowning in their dreams. They're like, oh, I love this. So this makes me feel like it's your biggest dream, really. It's such a big dream, but you feel like the world is blocking you from it. And I keep getting the idea of love. It doesn't have to be romantic love or any form of love. It could just be something that you really love. So I would ask you, my dear pile number 3, what is it that when you close your eyes, you go, ah, yes, that's it. What is that dream for you? One more clue. Knight of Wands. I mean, the cards are communicating the same thing. We'll keep getting the same message at this point. Knight of Wands is something that you deeply desire. Are you kidding me? So yes, the cards will keep saying the same thing. It's something that you deeply desire. And perhaps there's a lot of intensity in how you love it and desire it, because the more we're blocked off from something, the more we tend to want it. It's the sort of energy I'm picking up. Not that you wouldn't want it otherwise, but I feel like you so desire it because maybe initially you wanted it, but the more you realized how blocked you were from it, the more you wanted it even more, is kind of the energy I'm picking up here. So over time, it borderline became something you were obsessed with. But you know, obsessed is not the right word, because I do get the impression that you've moved on and you've enjoyed your life nonetheless. So obsessed is not the right word, really. But there's something about closing your eyes and the world stops. You see? It's unbelievable. It's like when you think about it, everything becomes so beautiful. So yeah, this is your wish. Your cards are describing the energy of your wish. So that's what I'm seeing here with regards to your wish. Now, let's go to the values here. How this is about to appear in your life. How this path is opening up. There is something about one shows uniqueness. One, only one. So what am I picking up? I'm picking up on the fact that while many people, just like we read with the study, how perhaps the people around you would choose to only focus on getting more of something in general, to you, it's not about getting more. You would rather help others than get more. Not that you wouldn't want more, but you're very happy with whatever you get. That equation of helping others and getting whatever comes with that, to you, this is really good. You don't want to have more if it means you're not going to be helping others. Kind of the energy I'm picking up in this pile. And with the 1 here, it's almost like you're the only one in your community that would do something like that. And this is important when it comes to how this surprise is instigated. There's something about you that loves to help others. And you would rather have less, but help others. Somehow this leads to this pathway, as you can see, opening up for you. So I guess we ask, how is this pathway opening up? Queen of Swords. Wow. The Empress. Are you kidding me? Okay. 8 of Wands. Someone in power takes action right away or something. 9 of Pentacles. Takes action to fulfill something. 1 more. Ace of Wands. Something starts right away. And there's your path. So, what happens here? Seeing the Empress and the Queen of Swords, I feel like someone is involved here. With the Court cards, someone is involved. Maybe 2. Someone takes action right away. You see, Empress is love, abundance. Queen of Swords is the mind, intelligence, awareness. So I get the impression that someone here is instantly aware of what you're doing. I feel like your values impresses someone here. It makes someone care for you with the Empress. I feel like a person or 2 are going to take instant action to put you on that path. Materialize with the 9 of Pentacles this wish for you. It's a wish fulfillment card. So is this 1 person or 2? 2 people. 2 of Wands. These are 2 people. These are 2 people that hear about your kindness. Okay. These are 2 people that hear about your kindness. How are these people related to you? Queen of Pentacles. These people are either related to you because they give you money, or maybe they are connected to you because they can give you money, or they can materialize this wish for you. They have a lot of what you want. They have a lot of what you want. They really love and appreciate, Queen of Swords, Empress, they love and appreciate your values. And they're thinking you're the only one they know who does this or do that. What is that good thing that you're going to do that they're going to see? Or maybe it's something continuous that you do continuous. But what is this good thing? You keep getting queens. Wow. All the queens. No, there is a queen missing, which is the Queen of Swords, Pentacles, Wands, the Cups. Anyways, so you've got the Queen of Wands. We'll look at the missing Queen of Wands and what it means being missing in your reading in a moment. Oh, the Queen of Cups did show up. It's your dream. Your dream is missing. Yes, your queen, all the queens have shown up. So they see you. Okay. So the Queen of Wands is magnetic, charismatic, attractive. So this gives me an impression that you both share the same values. Whatever sort of kindness that you are doing makes you shine bright like a star for these people. It doesn't exactly tell me what it is that you're doing in terms of kindness. Maybe you're helping others find their light, find their way. Maybe you are passionate about helping others in general. But you can't miss the passion. Yeah, you can't miss how beautiful of a person you are. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And they're like, this is the only person that does this. So these two have the potential of materializing your dream. Yeah, they have the potential to materialize a dream for you. And right away, it's like Ace of Wands, maybe they give an order even. Right away, they give an order and you start moving on this path. So how are you going to find yourself on this path? What's going to happen from your perspective? You find yourself on this path. Wow. So the Ten of Swords is the end of difficulty. What's really happening here, jokes aside, is perhaps you're communicated to, or maybe they have the power to take you out of a particular path onto a new one. So one day you're standing in front of all this in a place full of pain, or in a situation that is full of pain, full of trouble. The next day you find yourself in a totally new path full of your wishes coming true. So how are you getting this information from these people? How is this communication happening? Judgment. You're stunned, aren't you? I think you and so many others are going to be absolutely flabbergasted. I keep telling you, you're going to be absolutely flabbergasted at the decision that you make, and everyone around you is like, what? Is that how it works? Look at this guy over there, this dude. I was like, what? Is that how it works? Oh, I'm getting ideas, you know? So you're stunned. You're like, what? And they're like, yes, we are inviting you, cordially inviting you to come to this presentation, to this, I don't know, conference, to meet the team or something. I don't know. So judgment, you become aware of something. Maybe they make a decision that you become aware of. And maybe this is an announcement with the judgment card, by the way. It's an announcement. So it's not like they are privately communicating with you. This is an announcement that you and others hear. So what's the medium of this announcement? Nine of Cups. Don't they, for some of you, this could be through television. I know. I'm just using my intuition. Don't shoot the messenger. So they look like screens. They remind me of screens that we see in a store when they have a lot of screens outside. So maybe this is like local news. But it doesn't have to be. It could be they're presenting something that everyone is going to see. It could be an email. although it doesn't say email here, just the screens appearing on everyone's screens. Could be an email, could be television, could be an announcement. These kind of look like mics after all. Could be an announcement. Could be a party, announcing something at a party with all the cups. Announcing something at an event. But really an announcement that's stunning everyone, especially you. And right after this announcement, you find yourself moving from one path to a totally new one. So that's what's happening next. It might be crazy, but this is what I see. These are two people. And when we asked how are they connecting to you, it's just that they have so much resources and they're choosing to support you, it seems, with the resources. And resources, it could be wealth, it could be power to change paths or something. Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a great surprise for you because you never expected that. It wasn't the rules here. That when this is why you're all stunned here. It's not the rules. It's not how usually things go. In fact, we see with the study, you do more, you get more. But just like you are unique, they are unique too. It takes two to tango. You are unique in how you love to help others. You stop to help others who need special things. You don't want to be ahead while other people are still trying to make it. It's almost like you like to stop, help others, and then move. You can't move on when you know that there are other people that need help. And so just like you are nearly the only one that does that, so are they, these two people. And they could be two female figures, but it doesn't have to be, feminine is an energy. It doesn't have to be. But yeah, they will be alerted and they will love what you're doing. So how are they going to find out? That's one last question we didn't explore. 3 of Swords. So maybe they know about someone's pain point or something. I do see a pain point, specific pain point. 5 of Pentacles, lack, pain and lack. 5 of Swords, struggle, absolute struggle and how something is brutal. Oh, King of Pentacles. Well, they are doing what you're doing. They're doing the same thing you're doing. They too help, but they help with their money. Maybe you're helping with money too, who knows? I don't know. But what's clear is that they're helping with money. People who are struggling, who lack money, and who are going into pain. It could be physical pain as well. They're trying to use the resources that they have, and to them, you too are one of these people that they want to help. Exactly. And they're doing exactly what you're doing. They come across you and they're like, we would love to help this person who's helping others be on their path. They will really admire what you're doing. Did we ask, what are you doing? I think we asked, what are you doing? Because at this point, I'm really curious. Did we ask, what are you doing helping others? I think not. Let's ask, what are you doing? I would love to know. So you always like to stop to help others. What are you doing to help others? Seven of Swords. Four of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So the way I'm reading this, Seven of Swords is like a sleight of hand. It's like, as what do I want to say? It's like, you know how it's a card of stealing for the most part. It's more than that. I don't want to get into the full thing, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm seeing. When you go and steal something, you don't want other people to see. And so, in the context of help, I would say you're someone who's able to see when other people are going through tricky, Seven of Swords, tricky situations. You are able to see, you're full of light. You're like, if this person didn't show up in this situation, it means that they're struggling with that situation. And instantly, with the Four of Wands, you're there to help elevate them, take them by the hand up, help them up. Seven of Pentacles suggests that while maybe you don't have that much to help completely, but you don't hesitate to take a good part of what you have to help nonetheless. Like you're generous with what you're giving. It's a big chunk of what you have. So that could be your time, that could be your money. Yeah, that could be the opportunities that you're sharing, anything like that. Yeah, you love helping people in tricky situations. You have a good eye. And you love elevating them. You love seeing them celebrate after a time where something was taken from them. Something was taken from them. Perhaps you have a lot of empathy with these people because I do see that you feel like you're missing something. Maybe that's related. I could be wrong, but it's definitely something that I've noticed here. But everything aside, I do see that you are someone who love helping people who have something taken from them specifically, and you like to bring them back up, and you don't mind giving a good amount of your resources. Like you don't mind giving a lot of your time, a lot of your money or something. And these people are in the kind business too. They love helping people out. They may have more resources than you, but you certainly take a lot from what you have, even if it's not as much as them. Yeah, and it looks like these people are going to be hearing about what you're doing. They will love you, and they will put you on the path of your dreams. It's going to be solid. And as you get on this path, you will realize that what you always thought you were missing, you were never missing at all. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading in terms of the surprise that's showing up in your life. I wish you all the best of luck. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.